Hello, my name is Double and welcome to another Combat Mission After Action report. This is a scenario battle between myself and Slaughter McKillum from the Few Good Men wargaming community. The battle is in France and it's July 1944 and the scenario is called Sticking It Out. In this battle I'm in command of the Allied forces. Slaughter and I then play a following battle where we swap roles and I take command of the Axis forces. My opponent is attacking from the northeast and I'm defending the town of East Buron. From my defensive position you can see there's a lot of open terrain which the 12th Hitlerjugend Panzer Division is going to have to cross. This is a view from my opponent's perspective. At this time I hadn't looked at what the attacking force comprised of. However, my forces are a company from the Highland Light Infantry Canada. It's actually a company under command of Major Lager. They are a weakened force, around 60%. However, I also have some support in the shape of two Wolverines, 76mm anti-tank guns, under the command of Corporal Anders and Corporal Montgomery. I also have some off-map mortar support and two 17-pounder anti-tank guns. Assigned to the infantry platoon are some weapon support, some Vickers HMGs. So not a lot happened for the first 10 minutes. So we'll pick up the AAR as my opponent has laid down a smoke screen to the northeast and he's starting to bring his forces up behind that smoke screen. It's at this point in time I get a glimpse of what I'm up against. Panthers. I've positioned my Wolverines covering the northern approach.
Enemy armor sighted. Out.
And I order them to engage at range. I'm surprised to quickly knock out one of the Panthers, but there are more out there. As I draw first blood, the SS Hitler Youth start bringing in a barrage. Most of my forces are pulled back from the eastern defences, so the barrage has little impact. With my opponent committing to an attack from the northeast, I identify a defensive position of a farmhouse surrounded by a hedgerow. It appears to be on the edge of the barrage, so I start bringing in additional infantry support. This is also the position of one of my east-facing 17-pounder anti-tank guns. As the Canadian Highlanders lie in ambush, they sight more armour and infantry moving towards the farmhouse. For this battle, I'm going to refer to the farmhouse as Objective Sally. I move more infantry across to defend Sally. I also pull back one of the Wolverines from the hedgerow and are now struggling to get line of sight again. I'm forced to completely reposition the Wolverine. So I move it to a position with a field of fire that complements the second Wolverine. I'm up against Panthers, so I want to maximise my firepower. I spot infantry reinforcements from the SS Hitlerjugend. And it's not long before Sally is attacked. I've set the defensive force to ambush the attackers, but my troops are slow to react, and the Germans open up first. I lose the 17-pounder crew, and my Vickers catch the Germans in a vicious crossfire. Attacking infantry is cut down in the orchard. With the help of the harassing off-map mortar fire, I successfully repel the first attack. I reposition the troops protecting Sally to the second hedgerow and bring up reinforcements. It's not long before a second attack wave starts. A second Panther, and I get a solid hit.
Enemy tank approaching!
The infantry spot a third Panther, and with either great courage or great stupidity, they attack the third Panther. The tank commander's response is obvious. They survive. But the Panther has revealed itself. And the crew bails. I've knocked out 2, possibly 3 Panthers.
Look out! Enemy armor!
A Wolverine crew spot a 4th.
Enemy armor!
The first shot misses. The Panther fires and misses. A ricochet, no damage. A 5th Panther appears.
Enemy in...
Penetration. Team puncture track. Another ricochet as the crew bails. 2nd Wolverine takes on the 5th Panther. Another wave of troops attack. The troops are well dug in and have HMG Vickers support. Both Wolverines pound the 5th Panther. Two penetrations and numerous ricochets. And finally the crew bails. Fighting for the orchard is bloody. So we're about halfway through. And you can see from the map here that my opponent is attacking from the northwest edge of the orchard. He's pushing the troops holding Sally very hard. At the moment it looks like my 2 Wolverines have dealt with 5 Panthers. But my opponent is bringing reinforcements and it looks like there's armour. The Wolverines pound on the empty Panthers. The tank destroyer is spotted and hit. The 2nd is dispatched. 2 more armour reinforcements from the northeast. And they position themselves on the northeastern edge of the orchard. reposition one of the Wolverines to cover the new threat. HE fire from somewhere. One of the disabled Panthers is active again. I'd had to move the Wolverine. When I set this 17-pounder up, it had a great line of sight. But the gunner seems to have left his spectacles back at base. This gun was useless. Right now I have no viable answer to the Panther to the north. My forces spot a second crew. Despite my best efforts, Slaughter reactivates a second Panther. And on my eastern flank, one of the Stugs advances. My entire defence is relying upon this objective sally and the two Wolverines. I tried to get one of the Piat teams to take out one of the Stugs. I also moved the Wolverine to avoid the blind fire. Slaughter reactivates a third Panther. I thought I'd destroyed most of his heavy armour, and now half of it's been reactivated. I order one of the Wolverines to make a desperate dash shot to protect the eastern flank. I get a solid hit, and now the second Wolverine is in a good position for protecting the eastern flank. After the next minute or so, I get a communication from Slaughter looking for a ceasefire. He agrees to surrender his forces, but not before a devastating barrage falls upon Objective Sally. So, 10 minutes before the end of the time, I have a major victory. The Canadians secured Eastern Baronne, and the SS failed to take the ground or inflict sufficient damages. So if we take a short look at the battlefield, the mechanised infantry are pretty much grouped in the orchard to the northeast. Firstly, looking at some of the Canadians around Objective Sally and the two Wolverines. Firstly, Corporal Anders, and then Corporal Montgomery, both of them destroying all of the German armour, taking all of the hits, but sadly not getting 2 hits on, or 3 hits on those reactivated Panthers. My opponent has 1 active Stug, destroyed Stug, and then we can see here along the northern edge of Objective Sally, a lot of casualties, German squads with all but destroyed. Despite the superior numbers of the SS, it was a tough battle for the Germans. The Canadians, it's a good strong defensive position to be able to defend the area. Numerous casualties from the SS throughout the orchard area. Looking at the 3 reactivated Panthers, one was destabilised. There its cannons still active. The other 2, so destabilised weapons, main guns, and also the control mechanisms. So this led to Slaughter deciding that his armour, though active, was of no use. A tough battle, and I want to thank Slaughter for this first battle. We then made a decision to swap sides. So what I'm going to do is try and get the next video out for the battle between myself and Slaughter, where he will be in command of the Allies and I shall be in command of the Axis forces. Until then, goodbye, hope you enjoyed the video.